Mhm.
Hey everybody, my name is Bailey Lamon. I am here with Rico Brower, and today we're talking to Muriel Rovira Esteva, who is the number two candidate for the European elections for the Pirate Party of Catalonia. Hi, Muriel.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah,
So why
you're welcome. Thank you.
Excellent. So why don't we start with just for people who may watch this video, who maybe don't know you, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Well, I am a physicist and I do research in nanotechnology and material science. And I've been in the Pirates of Catalonia until 2011. And I've been doing all sorts of tasks there. I've been in the board. I also was an international spokesperson for many years. And then I was coordinator of the international working group, and I don't know, and several other things. And now I'm also doing other tasks in the we have some in the parliament we have of Catalonia. We have some shared members of the parliament with in a coalition in a coalition, and I represent the Pirates of Catalonia within the group that decides what these parliamentaries are doing. So.
All right.
Very cool. The Pirates of Catalonia, how are things going with that? Preparing for the elections. There's 2 weeks to go, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, well, it's been very crazy because lately we've been having a lot of elections, like every year, several of them. And it's really exhausting because we have to gather all these signatures every time we run for elections. And I don't know, it's very demanding. And but I think it's going great for us. We're very happy, actually. We were just about. We had some elections for the Spanish Parliament. Just this last month.
So you were talking about the like there was just elections in Spain and there was a coalition where you almost won. You almost got somebody into the
Yes,
Spanish parliament.
yes, exactly. We had like the threshold of 3%, and we were like 2.72 or something like this. I don't remember the number exactly. So we were like very, very close. We were very excited about this, actually. It would have been our first member of the parliament in Spain.
Oh, that's hard. So you just had elections and then you're tired and a bit disappointed and you have to recover immediately to run for the next ones.
No, I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think we're excited, actually, that we almost got in.
That's good.
So it's fine. No, we're happy.
Okay.
Well, that's
And
good.
I
I mean,
mean, a lot of
even
people
almost.
became to know us from that.
Yeah, people got to know you through the previous elections. Okay, that's cool. Now, before we continue, we do have
Yes.
to mention this. So Catalonia is like a autonomous region within Spain. And then there's the Catalan Pirate
Yes.
Party. That's who you represent. But are there any other active pirate parties in Spain currently running?
Well, I think so. Currently running for the elections, no.
Okay.
If you ask me if there are any active pirate parties, then I'm afraid I would have to say also not really.
Okay.
But there are other pirate parties who have been active now and then, and we were hoping that with the European elections that they don't have. I mean, everyone in Spain can vote for the parties that are running. Then there's no limitation about which areas they vote for us. So we were hoping they will be able to vote for us.
Yeah.
Also, we are running with our name. It's Pirates dash European Pirates. So we are running not with the name of Pirates of Catalonia, but with a more generic name, because we believe we can represent the values of the pirates anywhere in Spain, actually.
Okay.
All right, good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the causes that are close to your heart, and some of the big issues that the pirates want to address.
Okay, two questions. I think the cause that is more close to my heart is probably access to information and participation, citizen participation in politics, like direct democracy and things like that, or liquid democracy. I guess as a scientist, for me, it's very important, all these topics about open access to all knowledge for everyone, and also the patent issue, that they are not a limit to research, this kind of stuff. And for the party, I think it's these topics are also very important, of course, but there's more variety also. I think we focus a lot on human rights, which looks like something that when you talk about it, sometimes people are surprised that you're talking about this, because it seems like everyone agrees and that human rights should be respected. But I think we are radical pro human rights, and that is something that it's not so common, I think. So when we're talking about civil liberties, and I think you probably know about what happened in Catalonia the 1st of October, last year, that we were basically beaten by the police because we wanted to vote on whether Catalonia should be independent or not, and this was not something that I think was managed very well, probably from the government and from the police point of view. And I think we also have how you say, like, uncertainty in how our laws will be applied, because it seems that the powers that the judicial powers, they are not respecting our own laws. So this makes feel the citizens very insecure about what is allowed and what is not allowed, and we are getting basically our freedoms. I don't know, stepped on, basically, I think.
Do you
So I
feel
think this is one of the things that maybe because of this particular moment in what is going on, it's very important to us.
free to campaign on the right to self-determination and other liberties, or are you restricting yourself for fear of persecution?
Well, I think we can campaign. At least we feel that we can campaign, but so you can talk about it. It's just you cannot do anything about it. That's the issue. So and also there's a little bit of insecurity when you're criticizing, I don't know, the king, on where you're criticizing, you're making certain kind of maybe jokes and things like that on Twitter. There are some singers, they had to flee the country, basically, because they were, I don't know, because they were criticizing this, maybe in a harsh way, but anyway, I don't know. So yes, I think we feel we can campaign, but maybe we cannot be too strong about it. I don't know. But yes, I think, basically, I think in general there is freedom of speech, more or less, unless you are too strong about it. I don't know how to phrase this.
And a follow-up question, though, the European Union has been mostly silent to this Catalan case going on and with the trials
Yes.
in Madrid. So how do you feel about that? And is that Is that playing a role in the way you campaign?
I think, yes, this is actually extremely disappointing for the citizens in Catalonia in general, I think, is that we thought that maybe, the Spanish government could be unfair in this, or they wouldn't, I don't know, they would not respect maybe, the human rights or citizens' rights in general. But we were expecting that the EU would, and that it would somehow force Spain to respect these rights. So this was really a huge disappointment, I think, to a lot of people, but maybe not now, but last year. And I think we are hoping, actually, because, as you know, the pirate parties, we have this common program, and we all agree that people should be able to determine their own fate.
Yeah.
And this is actually part of our common program, which is great, the right to self-determination. And we for sure will be emphasizing this in our campaigning, because this is a very important issue for especially for citizens in Catalonia, because independently of whether people want to be independent or not, because of course there's some difference in opinions on that. There's a large consensus that Catalan citizens think that they should be able to decide on that. It's like, I think it's 80% or more than 80% of people think that. So we will for sure push for that. And I don't know, we have to see. But of course, we don't have a lot of resources, so sometimes our message doesn't get through. So we'll see. But I guess we are hopeful.
Well, that's good, at least. So I want to switch gears a little bit. We've kind of moved into like the EU stuff a little more, and you've touched on the issues. You've touched on things at a local level. Let's say in 2 weeks from now, you get elected as a member of the European Parliament. What would you be looking forward to the most in that role?
Well, I think for me, what is very exciting is to be able to work on pirate policies with other pirates that get elected. The teamwork about it, to be able to push for the same policies from different countries where we have the same ideas. I think that's what is more exciting for me.
Definitely. So are you able to elaborate on some of those policies specifically, like at the EU level? Because I know that obviously we saw the disaster that is, what was known as Article 13, that's been changed to Article 17, I think. They're changing the names, but there was the Article 13 disaster, the copyright directive. There's also the whistleblower directive that's being worked on right now too. So do you have thoughts on that, or is there anything else at the EU level that you're looking forward to addressing?
Well, these are for sure topics that are on our agenda. And the other topic I brought out is that what I said about the Catalonian referendum, we would like to push that this is not only an internal issue of Spain, but that this is something that is affecting everyone. But we would like to switch. I mean, of course, we have the whistleblower issue also very high on our list, to generate safe spaces for them. And we would also like to be able to make the EU a little bit more democratic, for instance, I don't know, make that Hungary, they fulfill their compromises in terms of migration, and we would like to push for civil rights, and that the EU is not so much, people is considering more the EU we would like to consider the EU a union of people and not a union of states so much. And we would like to push for that. I don't know which particular policy or I don't know, directive or whatever we would change to do this, but I think in general we would strive for that. But of course it will depend on what comes up, and I don't know, to be honest.
Well, I love what you said about the EU being a union of people and not a union of states. And it's too bad that more people, especially who are getting into politics, don't think of it as that. And you very beautifully highlight the intersections between human rights and digital rights, and why these things are connected and why they're important. Is there anything else that you want the people out there to know about you or about the Pirates of Catalonia, about your campaign? Go for it.
Well, I think we have to push if we want the EU to continue and to survive. I think we really need to change how is it working. I mean, we need to offer people a home who are fleeing from countries in conflict. We need to make sure that people are safe when they are older and that they can live, survive, and they are not become poor and then they are on the streets. I don't know. We also have to push for the copyright. I mean, to prevent that the copyright lobby is changing internet the way it is. I think if we're not able to change the EU as it is now, we will, and we don't get this freedom of speech for everyone, and that we have media that are able to publish the stories without biases and without intervention from third parties, then I think we won't. I mean, the EU won't survive. So I think it's very important that we all push for that, and that of course that people. I think it's important that we educate people to read the programs, that not look only at the pretty face or at I don't know at a beautiful sentence, but to really find out what the parties are defending and to see if that it resounds with them and it makes them think what they really want for Europe.
Now, I don't know if it's any help for you, but in closing, I noticed that the word political prisoner was not allowed anymore on Catalan media. So looking at the situation with Spain and Catalonia, for me, is in a way a small thing of what's to come with censorship in EU if we don't stop that thing. So that's why we're supporting you guys.
Yeah, the yellow color is not allowed either.
Yeah, exactly. So if we're banning colors, we're doing something wrong in the EU, aren't we? So I did put up. I put this up. This La Croc here. So maybe this video might not be shown. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Muriel, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Best of luck with the campaign. Keep in touch and let us know if there's anything we can do to support you going forward.